Hey,
Hey Pan, how you?
I'm super tired, but I'm looking forward to this. I wanted to come in and say hi, say welcome back, and I want to have you. So let's do it.
I'm doing good. Had a eventful weekend, so I'm like kind of coming off the high from that. But I'm happy you're here. I'm happy to get a little bit of your time, and I'm happy for everyone else who is joining us today. Uh, we are here to have a hot talk. By hot, we mean that we are the organizers of Hoard of Tales, and we are going to talk about TTRPG.
We are also hot though.
Things
That's another thing
are
to point
we are
out.
objectively hot.
I'm objectively, subjectively, and transmutedly hot in every dimension all the time.
That's why we're also wearing many multiple layers of clothing.
I'm very warm as well, actually. That's
hmm So we're here to break the internet, give hot takes on TTRPGs in general, nerddom and goodness. My name is Aida. My pronouns are she and her. I'm a Latina woman of color. I have tan skin, dark eyes, dark hair, and I am wearing a navy blue hoodie. If you move around, is my alma mater.
oh. And hi, I'm Pan. I am a male-bodied black person with black nails, literally black nails. Hair is loose braids. I am wearing an Atari hoodie, which I wear a lot. Actually, I've realized it's just a nice hoodie. It's comfy.
Looks comfy.
Thank you. It is comfy.
You look like someone who has good hoodies to steal from. Borrow, I
I
mean.
I am I am a terrible like hoodie supplier. I'll hook you up.
Interesting, because my husband steals my hoodies. He does not have imaginative or good hoodies. I have really good hoodies and sweatshirts that I like to wear oversized and fits him perfectly. So it's like supposed to be the other way. TV has trained me
See, the trick
this
is get some small
relationship.
hoodies, then he can wear them and stretch them out for you,
I
and
don't
then you're
like
good to
them
go.
small though. I need to wear them like over my knees
Yeah,
level
that's what I'm
big.
saying. Like, I mean, I don't know how big your husband is, but like, if not, just get like just stretch it, just yank him about.
I'm small. I'm 5'2".
Well, then,
I'm
fine.
fun size.
Just buy giant hoodies.
I do. I do. Internet, please send us money and we can have more hoodies and
Send
wear
us
them on
hoodie
such
funds.
streams.
Yeah, send us money for hoodies, please.
Please. Thank you for joining us. You can catch our previous Hot Talk, our VOD, at our YouTube channel at
Mm,
youtube.com/Hoard of Tales, and you can see all of our socials linked down there below. Follow us on all the things, hang out with us, chat with us, see what sort of projects and upcoming streams we have.
do.
Hoard of Tales hosts APs, panels, and all sorts of other fun things. We have upcoming big long-term projects on the horizon. Some are
Huge,
2 weeks
huge.
away and I'm sweating bullets, so it increases the hotness. So keep an eye on that in our socials. And I understand, Pan, that you recently came from a convention, and I'm going
Mm,
to be at a convention later this year. I was wondering if you and I could hypothetically, let's say, budget and
right.
manpower is not so much of an issue.
Money is no object.
We have heavy sponsors that we have to throw some bones to,
We have to satisfy dark gods.
but otherwise we get like carte blanche to do this and that.
The government can't stop us.
Okay. Let's imagine this is also in a world that is geographically accessible to you and I. We are on separate land masses at the moment. I'm in the Netherlands, and are you can say where you are?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm in England.
Yeah, you're in England, so we're very right away. So let's say there is some geographical middle spot that is accessible to us,
Yeah,
and miraculously to many other people, public transport in this case will be magically affordable
right.
and runs frequently. And there's all these wonderful Airbnbs run by I don't know, fey creatures that don't steal your soul.
Wait, hold
Really,
on. Are we going to the Feywild? That's where we're doing our con because it seems like it's easier now.
we that would be too expensive. We'd like
Okay,
pay
right, yeah.
eternally over.
Not us, the punters. We just making the con. We're basically warlocks, and our patrons want us to bring them souls to enjoy a tabletop convention.
TTRPG convention organizers are
Yeah,
warlocks.
yeah, yeah. You've got to satisfy the dark gods, as I mentioned, your sponsors. Yeah, there's a whole thing going on there. It's
Do you get a D10 cantrip? Does it scale?
yes, it's
Really? Because I know some convention organizers, and I'm like, they didn't scale.
hey, you know what? The thing is, unfortunately, Not everyone's rolling charisma. Some people go intimidation.
Oh, so they're the warlock that decided to multi-class into something really stretchy. Like they took a level in monk, and their
Oh
points are
god.
all over the place, and it
Oh
makes
yeah.
no sense.
Charisma's a dump step. They did not pay attention. It's oof. Bad times.
Okay, so in this world, we are convention organizer, TTRPG convention. We are warlocks, and we have some patrons, but
Right.
we have powers to make things fantastic.
Yeah.
What what
Eldritch
what what
community
is
management, that kind of thing.
what
I think
what do you want at your at this convention?
I think the first thing I'd like is obviously the standard of any tabletop convention should be a nice, good space for playing games. I've been to a few cons in the past where you just can't put into one big room and it's not quite big enough to
Mm-hmm.
play your game comfortably. The con I was at this weekend, they had a whole separate building. I don't know how they pulled it off, but it had like all these like, little office buildings, office rooms dotted around the side. So on the floor was kind of an artist alley, and there were video games to play and such. And then above them, dotted all around the edges, were small rooms you'd go into to play tabletop games. And there was like a track, so you could sign up for them in the morning and then turn up at like 2 o'clock and play whatever. I personally played Lancer, which I'd never
Oh,
played before. We because it was a
Lunch is awesome.
it was meat space, so we had like a nice table. The guy had come in. He had printed. I put it on my Twitter. I'll link it later on. He printed character sheets that he'd made himself in Photoshop. He'd hired an artist to draw the pre-made characters, and so you could pick which one you wanted to play and so on.
The hype, holy
Yeah, for
moly.
real. He'd made standees for the hex grid. It was super fun. He got right into it, and for obviously English wasn't his first language. It was a European convention. He blew it out of the water. So props to you, Lancer GM guy. That was a good game. It made me want to play Lancer more. The lore alone is amazing. But at Archon, that's going to be like a huge thing. So I think it should be like every room you can play a game if you want to casually play a game and such, and you can also sign up to be like televised. There's like screens dotted around in the whole area. So
Mm.
any one time you can be like, oh, are they playing Call of Cthulhu? I'll watch for a bit and so on. You get like 10 minute snippet of that. I think as much as obviously the games and all the merch and stuff is great, the real fun comes from playing and watching play. So even if you can't go into a room to watch some guys play something, you can be like, yeah, sure, I'll sit here and watch a bit of um 30 Short Lesbians male plays time. So that's my first thing. Like lots of I don't know, I like the big communal room. That can be like an also option. Because it's nice to like wander around, see what everyone's up to, and everything like that. But I think that having those spaces you can go and like not rent, but you can just sign up to use. But
We have a
really
magical
cool.
building. Let's say it's
Right,
like
the building's magic.
we have because we magically have the budget for this thanks to
Right.
our patrons.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
Like thanks to
yes.
our patrons. Like small classroom size. Would you like one game per room exclusive, or like if let's say I have a typical like high school size classroom,
Oh, it was. They
maybe
weren't
I'd be
that
okay
big.
like
This was
having
more like a.
two games per room and then just fill all the rooms.
Yeah, no, I think, like I said, the option to either have either a private room, which was not that big, maybe about as big as a little bit bigger than my office here, maybe. Um, yeah, we were just sat around a table. There were some pens and stuff there. It wasn't huge, but I think also the option of having like a big communal room, something like you know what, like a room that's just a big West Marches type game. You just like
The
wander in.
coordination. Those
Yeah.
GMs are also warlocks.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. This is basically a Warlock Con. In fact, you just can call it Warlock Con.
The expectations are going to be rather interesting. But
Well,
I agree. I have been to multiple. I haven't been to many TTRPG specific conventions. I've been to like
packed as a convention,
anime.
nice.
I've been to anime. I've been to like before it was called PAX. It was called Otakon many
Ah,
years ago.
wow.
Before it was Comic Con, it was called Big Apple Anime Fest many years ago. And I liked I did like the coziness of the giant auditorium sized rooms and just
Hmm.
long tables. But of course, the challenge is you always hear everyone talking over each other.
That's the thing,
And
yeah.
at a certain point, when you can't move your chair back,
Yep.
that for me is like I get you see the excitement, but you need to also kind of spread out. And
Yeah.
I would also appreciate if there were like sections for this whole wing is going to be just beginners, because there's this expectation of people maybe shorter games moving around faster. Maybe people
Mm,
are louder because you're less in control of your emotions because you don't experience with RP.
right.
Over there is like the more intermediate experience where they're like, as there is a bard over there like Shakespeareing
Right.
kind of thing.
I think the main
And
problem
just
with that though is that like a lot of people you go like, how are you at tabletop? I can go, oh, I'm great, and ah, like no one's going, like, oh, I suck. I'm the worst. I don't read my sheet. I don't know what a D20 is. I hate dice actually. This is gonna be really fun for me. I think
priceless games.
there are
Hoard of
dice
Tales.
games exactly.
The Hoard of Tales did actually run a series last year that was based on playing cards.
Hmm.
That was fun. But so we want the focus to be open play tables.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
want I want spaces to be to have registered games in advance
Hmm.
and spaces for people to come in and serendipitously bring their thing. Like I have a box of Avatar RPG. I
Hmm.
want to just slam down, go like 4 players, 4 players.
Yeah. I think I would. I definitely think that's good. I reckon the best way to do that would be like have some kind of really easy sign up stuff. Now, obviously, we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes of the con, but for now, we're just doing like our ideal
Mm-hmm.
ancillary stuff. So
The
what I would have
familiars will
then,
figure out the bureaucracy.
yeah, exactly. What I would have then is I'd have somebody. Put that down. I forget. I don't know why I'm holding. It's just my wrist vest. I
I'll
would
join.
get.
I'll join you.
Yeah. What I would do is I'd teach you all those. No. So what I would do then is I'd make sure we had an app. I've been to cons where they've got
Excellent.
an app, and it was a lifesaver. This last one I went to, the app not only you could tap your con badge on these things around the con, and
Holy
you get
moly!
achievements for them and such. It'd be like, tap off the 3 guys doing this, tap with somebody else at the same time, blah, blah, blah. It was just a really nice, fun way just to meet people. But at that same time, it all went into an app. And when you want to sign up for stuff, you do it on the app. Now, obviously, not everyone wants to use an app, that's fine. But I think that in terms of like what makes things go smoothly and quickly, having an app would just be nice. You could have, you know, write a piece of paper down thing if you want to as well. But the more organized you can make it, everyone's on their phones at cons. If you're not like doing a thing, you're on your phone. Let's be honest.
Okay, fair. So
Yeah.
we have the communal spaces. If we're
Mm.
running a convention TTRPG, after having the everyone has a good opportunity to play, I want stages for professional live
Oh,
plays.
hell yeah.
I with
Absolutely.
prearranged tables,
Yeah.
people coming in full cosplays
Yeah.
with mist and lights and like a overhead camera.
Yeah, like proper, like well produced theatrical almost shows, and that
Mm-hmm.
again would be like something that people would be able to see as a draw. Be like, come here, you can see. I don't know, these guys play who you really like from online and so on. I'm not going to say I don't want to put like come out. So Dimension 20 are going to be there, for example, and so on. I think that having a mixture of like big guests, D20 crit rolls and so on, and like a good roam of like
I want
just good up and
local.
comers. Yeah, well, here's the thing: if you're gonna give them all that smoke and mirrors and stuff, there's got to be a certain amount of quality on their part. So I'm saying, sure, you get the big boys, but then you also get like a bunch of like good up and comers. You get local, and again, we are in the Feywild, it seems. So I don't know where we're getting local the tabletop players from.
I
It's a,
think that a group that understands we are going
mm,
to go to a convention, we are going to perform. We
mm,
have X amount of time to get ready, and we are going to be given as much support as they
mm.
can give us to make a good show. My optimistic self wants to say, therefore, they're going to rise to that expectation because normally not having those things, you would never hear about them. But once they have the opportunity, we might see we might have a lot of undiscovered talent, so to say.
Okay, I I like that. That's actually a very good point. Counterpoint. How
Hmm.
about like an open mic type situation?
Ooh,
So you can come, you can be like, me and my guys, we play on Twitch every Sunday, but we're gonna come in here and we're gonna be on the open mic stage, which is still, nice and everything like that, but not quite as grand, I suppose. But it means
like
that anyone can have a go with
like
minimal
improv
prize money.
teasers or like full
No, I mean like just
games.
play your games. Just come on there and like,
Mm.
perform, play your games for people.
Okay.
And
So
in that way as well, it allows you to, because obviously you've got the big guys, your D20s and your critical roles. They're going to want to play like toy D&D or something. But this way, you can have just a bunch of games, all kinds of stuff, because there aren't that many people who are playing. I don't know. Again, especially lesbians at high levels of production and such. So you can give them that. In
I
fact, I'd
like
say
it.
make that stage non D&D, no D&D at all. You've got
I
to be playing
like
something
that.
else. Yeah.
I really appreciate when conventions say like we there's a reason D&D is popular, and because it's popular, people have there's a lot more resources for
Oh, for
guides, how
sure. Oh
to,
yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
that feeds into the popularity.
Mm,
If I were to go out right now and get you like a really good edited YouTube guide for Lancer RPG, for example,
yeah.
they exist, but not to the extent they exist for D&D.
Oh yeah, no, I had to hunt, and actually, I will give the guy I did watch a shout out. I'll just quickly get his name up there.
I
But I
got you.
watched
I
his
got you.
videos. His lore videos were like really, they got me so pumped to play. What's it?
If you want to play Lancer, there's someone in our community whose name is Darcy. They run Lancer. You should get in
Oh
touch with
yeah,
them.
oh
Oh
Darcy,
yeah.
we're a group. Hit me up. Let's go play some. Let's do a one shot.
Okay,
Um,
things might be in the running. So
yeah.
we want so the
Oh,
other
real
thing
quick,
that we
it
want at
was
our
Zach
TTP.
Fat. Zach Fact. I wanted to point out because he does some good videos and like again, finding good stuff for Lancer, particularly
Mhm.
Lancer,
Yeah,
is tough. So yeah.
we appreciate a variety of TTRPGs. The world does not stop at D20 or even D20 systems.
Hmm.
So we want at our ideal convention, our Warlock Con, it's going to be as much space as possible for a variety of games that any player goer can play at.
Yeah.
We want production heavy stages
Hmm.
for like a couple
These
dozen
these are like
games.
our concerts, if you will, if it's coming to
Hmm.
yeah,
Like with a 360 audience halls and like
yeah,
cameras
the whole
and
shebang.
yep, and the DM is like orchestrating it, and BBG comes out and there's like a soundtrack playing.
Hmm. I watched Burrow's End recently on Damage 20, and Abria uses that background orb thing they've got for fantastic effect. Really, really good stuff. So we could
We
pull
want
that off that easy with our Feywild magic, which
yeah,
is just
yep.
money. It's just a lot of money.
Oh, it's all our souls. It's all our souls. Okay, what else do we want?
Of course, we're assuming that safety tools and stuff are 100% set up. We are not even we don't even talk about it because it's gonna be so easy, not a problem. But if we had to talk about it, what would you suggest?
All the safety tools,
Hmm.
all of them. Like every table. If now we're going into the realm of the fantastical, let's say, like the tables are such so that like there's this magical little screen that pops up, and you have immediately that primer of like your lines and veils, your X card,
Oh, nice,
your
yeah, yeah.
fast forward, your rewind.
You know what I'd say? Actually, put that in the con book. Like, here you go. But thanks for the con. Here's your con book. It's all in there before you even get into the con.
There's little pixies flying around, so if they hear someone say safety tools, they just get eated.
Yeah, we cast banish on you. It sucks for you, but it's easier for us.
You get teleported back to your
You're
plane of origin. Fuck. I like it. Oh man, there are some people I've met at conventions before that I'm like, they really should have been banished like
All
that.
of our like con security are just wizards, just walking around full on like Gandalf Star Wars. You just go, nope, banish, done.
I don't know. I get pretty tricky. I get pretty tricksy against some wizards.
Well, don't get tricked against our security. That's the whole point.
You hide somewhere and you cast silence, a level 2 spell. I wrecked some big
Oh no,
ass monsters just by hiding, casting
God damn it.
silence, and
Okay, right.
you can't counter spell it because
That's
you didn't
fine.
see it. You can't cast this spell because everything is a vocal component. Anyway, before we get into things like panels, the merchandise hall, the
Nice
engine
big
of
hall.
capitalism.
I love a nice big merch hall. Like I don't even want to buy stuff off them. I just want to immerse myself in the community. Like people are making dice trays and of course a million and one types of dice and cosplay and stuff. All that kind of stuff. I
I
want to
want to see the
keep doing
t-shirts.
that.
I want to see the
Oh,
stickers.
hell
I want
yeah.
to see the art
We want to
cards.
buy hoodies, guys. Where are the hoodies that don't just have a D20 on say like Nat 20? Please, God. Yeah, stickers. There we go. We want all that stuff there.
This is a Wobble by Lauren Walsh.
Hmm.
This is her adorable son. I love him.
So we want a bunch of stuff. We want like full on. We have a con here called MCM Expo, which is a big anime and anime adjacent con. They've just recently started, not recently, in the last couple of years, started like, allowing like a proper decent artist alley, and the stuff you see is tickety boo, like it's proper nice.
I want an emphasis on handmade indie. Like I at the few conventions I've been to that again aren't all TTRPG, there's inevitably like walls and walls and walls of Funko. And I'm
No
just like,
band, no
exactly.
band.
I'm just
Get
like,
out of here! Get out of here!
I'm done.
Literally any other figurine company than Funko Pop, please,
But
Jesus.
it's the same it's the same katana vendors, it's the same Funko Pop vendors, and
No,
it's the same. And I'm just like, I'd rather in our fantastical Warlock convention, I want to give as much space as possible to the indie creators because some of the things they make is literally art. It's not
yeah,
just kind of rehashed
absolutely.
stuff from Wish, from what are the other cheap websites, etc., etc.
The one that I get on YouTube all the time, Timu or whatever.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
theme
yeah.
is so
For
catchy that I
example,
don't want to buy anything.
so I want that.
All right, so
And I also want at least one dice vendor to have like a giant barrel of dice
oh,
that
we have that
you
at
can
Dragon
put
Con. It's
that you
great.
can put your arm down into your elbow and go like, ah.
Yeah, no, we have that at Dragon Con. It was super cool. Okay, now, firstly, actually, I really liked marketing chat was said packed to the convention. So if we're the Warlocks, and then if we call the con Packed Con or Packed of the convention or something like that, that's fun. Secondly, um, who are our patrons? Like who are we sponsored by? I know Wizards bad, don't want to deal with it,
But they
but
have them. But they have resources.
they've got the resources. They've got the resources. So let's assume that this is some big push by Wizards to fix up.
The coastal, the coast, the wizards that come from the coastline,
Seaside Wizards, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
seaside
yeah, yeah,
wizards
yeah, for sure.
come over. It all depends on whether our pact was an exclusive.
No, this is a new brand. There's been an overthrowing of the Seaside Wizard Court, and there is some new in there. Like we want to fix up everything.
We have the orcs. It's the time of the orcs.
It's the time of the Orcs. Yeah, they've taken over the Wizards, and they want to fix everything. They come to us and say, "Hey, look, help us to get better. What can we do?" So we're going to be your main sponsor, but we're not exclusive. Uh, this is an open relationship of pactism, I guess. So please feel free. So we've already got Wizards in there, which means we've got D&D in there, which means that for better or worse, we've got the biggest draw for the average
Mm-hmm.
tabletop player. Who else are we getting? I mean, I would like to get obviously a lot of like independents, but I feel like they're better suited in like a dealer's den kind of situation.
I would like as many who wants to come, and I want them to send their best, and I want them to send their most diverse and representative
Hmm,
folks at their tables, because when they send their best and they all look around and like, oh, all their best happen to be very homogenous, I'm like,
for sure, for sure. And
because
again, this
that's
is
when
the
you get your
this is,
first personal impression of the company, and I
hmm,
think you need to see a good person there.
yeah, and again, this is all part of the Orcs of the Coast improving. So they sent actually they've sent a team because obviously they're going to be the biggest sponsor. It's a good diverse team and good range of personalities and
It's be
backgrounds.
included in the contract.
Yeah, for sure. In fact, again, if I'm gonna really fix up Orcs of the Coast, they're the ones who suggested it. They came in and said, "Hey, look, we don't even want to deal with this. It's not really that way. So we can breathe a sigh of relief in our fantasy world that this is all going to work out okay." But at the same time, other people are coming in. Now, I think that having this ties into the um, what's the word? Panels. The panels.
Panels. Okay, we're on
Yeah,
panels now.
I think everyone comes in, even as a sponsor, gets a panel, and they get to talk about
Fair.
what they're putting out and such. I think that's fair. And some people are interested. Some people are very interested about like the
A
nitty-gritty.
receiving feedback, especially for the big ones.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Air your grievances, but like more orderly and courteously, but important and
Okay.
fair.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, asking a crowd of nerds to air their grievances
Their
courteously and comfortably is
their problem.
it's a choice. It's a choice. Okay. So firstly, we're doing this in the Feywild. So we have as much space as we want, and we can get to however they want. I want you to walk in. First thing you see, nice big crowd. And I don't mean like Comic Con, everyone's crushed. I just mean like it's like walking into a almost like a town. You know, I want people to feel they can live here at this con. You know what I want? I want this con to be like tied to like some kind of like a LARP thing as well. So there's like a whole outside thing going on too. Hell yeah, why not? Like that way you can that way you can tie in the cosplay aspect because people like cosplay, but you don't often get to do it that much at like a tabletop con because you could feel a bit awkward. Why would you be cosplaying all the time specifically? Give people
I,
the option to do both.
LARP is LARP and or TTRPG. RP is like the logical predecessors and precursors before and after as well. So
Yeah, for
by all
sure,
means, there can be a spaces for that.
for sure. Like I've never LARPed personally,
Me neither.
but I've been to Secret Cinema, which is basically LARPing with a movie. Like I went to the it was the Blade Runner one. You have to dress up as a character
Yeah.
from a cyberpunk world. You get to watch a movie. Before that, you're in this pre-built area that is made up to be like the Blade Runner set with little stories going on inside and everything. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. So I think they're giving people the option to immerse themselves in that. Great fun. Something else to do as well.
That
Also,
sounds like
something
a
to do in the evenings
workshop,
too.
more specific, more than a panel, so to say, where it's interactive.
Oh, what the LARPing thing? I think yeah, definitely. I think the LARP should be attached to the con, but also there should be like how to do your thing, how to make your cosplay, how to LARP nicely. Again, I don't know. I've never done it.
Okay, so let's go panel slash workshop then.
Yeah.
One workshop you definitely want is bridging hobbies. So from LARP to TTRPGs and vice versa, from TTRPGs to um,
Writing.
um, edit publishing, writing,
Yeah, for sure.
from TTRPGs to technical production. So skills that are skills and or hobbies
Hmm.
that not are that can be marketable but are also genuine skill building.
Do you know
Improv
what?
classes.
That's great, the production thing, because that way, once you bring in your big or your critical roles, dimension twins, and so on, so they can bring their production team, so they get to shine as well. Like, this is a lot of work in behind the scenes, and they can give their talks as well. It'd be like, hey, look, I'm the woman that does all the cool lights in Dimension 20 or whatever. Here's how it works. Here's how I do it, and so on. Everyone gets to be celebrated that way.
Like a somehow a very generously patient person for 30 minutes explaining audio theory to me,
Hmm.
or 101 podcasting editing. But with the 101, there's also uh later in the day the 500 level class. For
What's
as
I watch
many
it with class?
introduction and beginning panels and workshops, I want there to be an equivalent intermediate and advanced.
Okay.
Because
Okay. Yeah.
I see convention menus and I'm like, how to world build, how to run your first game. I'm just like,
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, I know this stuff. I want
me
to know some more.
personally, not
Yeah,
it's
I
great for
get you. I
everyone,
get
but
you.
the Aidas, I'm like, no, been there, done that. I need you to tell me how to put together a press kit.
Yeah. No, I get you. That's something that you would have to definitely have people sign up for because you don't want to bring in like a high level 500 level person and be like, no one's pushed it up. So you can sign up on the app again. So there you go.
Okay, so I
Oh,
want
actually,
yeah.
I was just going to say, Griffin made a great point. The outside of the con is a Ren fair, basically.
It's the Feywild, so you have your satyrs, you have your
Wait, no, that's not cosplay. That's actual mythical fancy creatures. I mean, for the people.
they're people.
Okay. You know what I mean.
I'm being silly. Okay, so we want multiple level workshops,
Mm,
panels of all the topics. Again, I want beginner, intermediate, and expert. I want
mm.
them to be given in diverse by a diverse showing of people. I want all the ethnicities. I want all the genders or the non-genders. I
Yep.
want uh,
Disability.
I want to hear panels or just roundtable talks on perspectives from people who
Yep.
are POC, who are disabled, specifically who are neurodivergent,
Yep.
queer. I want to hear and support those panels, and then I
And
want some
okay.
magical scribe taking fairy to take the TLDR and actionables from everyone, and like everyone, you couldn't make to everything because time. Here's all the lessons learned. Here
Uh,
are all the PowerPoints.
actually, here you go. This is what I got for you. And again, this is something I saw at a different con.
Mm.
But you remember I said about the screens that dotted around so you could see people's games
Oh yeah.
occasionally and such? So a different con I went to a while back, they basically made a channel. It was a big streaming channel, and you could look at it, you could watch it on Twitch. And it was like a TV channel. So they were literally showing every panel you might have missed, or every little bit you might have not seen, or things you might not even know going on. Were constantly on these things. I didn't go to the con. I think I was there for like one day, but I watched the rest of it on Twitch, and then it was all cut up into YouTube and such. You could watch it all on YouTube as well, so you never had to miss anything. If I couldn't make it to panel A because I was going to like LARPing B, I could just watch the panel later, and that
That
was
is
all like
wonderfully accessible too for
yeah, it was
people
like an
who
hour
unfortunately
late.
can't make the trip to the Feywild.
Mm. Yeah, if you can't make it to the Feywild, I'm sorry, but don't worry, we'll stream it to YouTube or such Feywild YouTube. Your crystal
Well,
ball, we'll stream your crystal ball.
through scrying.
Yeah.
Uh, there is absolutely one convention that does do that very well. If you're familiar with Big Bad Con,
I have seen it about. I've never been, but I do know of it.
they do have an online only version, which happens, I think, soonish, like in the spring, because the Big Bad Con is like after the summer, but it's like almost 24 hours full of panels back to back to back, exclusively streamed, and amazing topics, amazing people. Really worth it.
Cool. I'll check it out sometime I can. Sounds good.
By all means, sign up. Of course, it's free. You can even volunteer, and they'll train you how to produce and moderate.
Oh, not too shabby.
Make a note. Actually, you and I should sign up. Right? We could get our Hoard of Tales people to sign up.
Isn't it in like the States or something? Oh, it's the online
Yes,
one. Yeah, my
but
bad.
it's online.
Oh, I'm so tired at 2 a.m.
No, but because there's 24 hours worth of
Oh,
content,
cool. Oh, we
it
could do that
gets
too. We're gonna steal that from you, Big Bad Con. We're doing 24-hour content.
our Warlock con.
No, we're
Tactical.
stealing it from Big Bad Con. We're stealing the 24-hour content thing from them for us.
Okay. But
Yeah.
I'm saying that you
It's a
and
feat we're
I,
gonna take.
IRL, should go and figure out how to get
Feywild.
more involved to the actual Big Bad Con.
I know. I get it. I'm playing.
Now you're being silly.
Okay, so I would also like to add, I think now kids at cons is a iffy subject. People, I don't personally love having kids at cons because that when you're like they're 8 years old and stuff, and you're trying to just get by, it can be a pain. But I think there's still a place for it, and for parents as well. Of course, they're going to have to bring their kids, so on and so forth. So we take another faction of this con, which is great because we got a gigantic, like tards of a building, and we make a I don't want to say like a youth corner, but like
Floor.
yeah, like a kiddie floor or such, which is of course where the I'd say there's a cafe there, and there's some very patient GMs. I don't think they need to be teaching necessarily.
There needs to be like someone in a giant beholder like costume.
Yeah, we got a bunch of we've got our mascot. We got our mascot. Okay, we need mascots. So we got Barry the Beholder. That's the first one. Teaching you about I don't know. What's Barry there for?
We have Terry, Tiamat's cousin.
Yeah.
Other 5
we couldn't get
color
Tiamat
chromatic
Terry.
dragon.
Okay, yeah, so we need like, I think a good con needs like 4 characters. That way you can get like a decent like range of kind of personalities and such.
And we invite cosplayers to do their best costume of that, and then we hire them for the next.
Oh my god, we let the cosplayers do like a
pageant.
Parade, a pageant parade, like through the kiddie area, so they can all be like cheered on or whatever and such. Just some cosplay.
But the kids are cordoned off because no sticky fingers on the very intricately worked cosplay.
The kids are all on the whole person, so they can't do anything. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You can walk right through them. But yeah, that's what I think is another thing. I think definitely parents. I know some of my friends are parents, and I'm like, hey, we should do a thing, and they're like, I can't because I have children. I'm like, great, you could bring your kids along. They're all fine. They're all safe. Barry the Beholder literally has a bajillion eyes. He's watching them, and you can enjoy some peace and quiet with some fellow parental nerds.
There's a giant ball pit, but instead of the regular plastic spheres, there's their
don't make it
foam.
dice. That's so painful.
They're foam dice.
Oh.
Like foam plushy D20s.
Just
there's also a separate adult one.
Sure. I'll go in the ball pit. Hell yeah. All right, cool. So I get a ball pit, and the kids get a ball pit. Sounds fine. Yeah.
Dice pit.
Um.
Clack, click, clack pit. And there's like constant math classes for all the children to get them excited about counting numbers and dice.
Oh yeah, that's. I think you and I have a very different idea of what children get excited about. Either.
I I was not the math person. I grew up really focusing on the humanities and the social sciences.
Mm.
And later, now I really like the math rocks and click clacks. And I'm like, wow, 8 year
No,
old
no.
me would have been like aghast.
I love dice, but I don't know if kids are going to want to come down for the math class portion of the day.
If you give them a shiny rock to roll to tell your numbers, who knows?
Who knows? That's a fair point. We could be introducing ourselves to some budding mathematicians via the magic of math rocks. This is true.
What do we feed our uh
Beholder.
children?
Yeah, children.
The
They
the
don't get
convention
banished. We just feed the
goers.
beholder.
The convention goers.
Oh, I mean, people. I mean, let's just hire a company. We don't. Let's not get into ourselves. Let's just literally hire um
No
a
finger
catering
food.
company. What?
Because
Why?
the last convention I went to, they only had like a French fry truck.
But I love French fries.
Yes, and the smell of grease and everyone's greasy fingers now touching and playing the
Oh,
communal things.
okay.
You're
All right.
just
You
like,
know what?
I'm
You know what? I got it. I
done.
got it. We got a food court, and as they come back out from the food court, there's just a couple of wizards casting prestidigitation. There you go. It's like a hand sanitizer, but it's a wizard going
Oh,
blah.
okay, fair, valid. If
Right.
this is
Cool.
fantastical, then we need presentation. Constantly being spam.
Yeah.
We need
There's a
we need
guy in the bathroom casting on. You should leave. It's great.
you to tip them. No,
You can if you want to.
there's no tipping in our fantasy world. Everyone has a fair wage.
Sure. I mean, I like to just have a hey. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm glad you're getting paid well, but here's a fiver. Thanks.
Then that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And there's also paladins constantly casting or clerics, I guess, the cure diseases and everything else.
I mean I've had con crud. That's not untrue, I guess. Wow. Yeah, okay. So there's just pairs of there's like one guy being like this guy stinks. Another guy like don't die. There you go. Great.
I remember the first time it was I may not be remembering these correctly, but I could have sworn that one year I was in New York City and I was passing by Jacob Javits Center. And I think it was Comic Con one day. And I think there was a Magic the Gathering tournament
Oh
happening at
no.
the
Oh
same
god,
time.
I'm so
And
sorry.
there were
I'm
two
so
separate
sorry.
doors. And my
Oh
husband,
god.
we didn't have tickets, but you could just get into the front door and see all the costumes. We're like, oh, cool, cool, cool. Wait, what's this door?
Yeah. Now I love my customers, my community. I they're great and they've been coming regularly and so on. But I run a game store and I had to replace the windows in my old store so I could open them fully because it was that bad. I had to literally
Mm.
get new windows that I could just push all the way open to wear the place out. I don't I don't get it personally, but again, presentation.
If this wasn't a fantastical world, I hope that there are clearly written out expectations. But I
Yeah.
also hope that even with or without magic, that it would be nice if there was like a separate little room saying, "Hey, we're not here to name and shame you in front of everyone else. Here is a very highly discounted clean shirt. Here is like some samplers of deodorant on the house, so like little travel packs.
I
T-
think
take
I
10
would
minutes
I would
and you're
do. I would
welcome
say
back
that all the
outside."
shirts you're allowed to have. So you can go in there, you get a shirt, or even you get when you come in. It's a con shirt. It's got our our logo and our thing on it, whatever
Yeah.
this month's theme is. Year's theme is. It's a monthly con. Holy shit! No.
Here's a travel pack of dry shampoo. Like, take 10 minutes and you're welcome to come back.
Yeah, yeah. Like back when I was at like furry cons and stuff, they had what was called the photo lounge, which is basically a room with a gigantic air blower in it. So you can just go and I mean, this thing was freaking huge. It was like leading into a hurricane, but it did the job. It did the job. So
Especially
um
for that, I think that's really good foresight.
yeah. So we've got a nice room for people to stay fresh, stay clean, blah blah. Um mandatory Sonic Shadows and Pathfinder room. Yes, sometimes. So what's our theme? Every year, a good con has a different theme. This is our inaugural con. What's our theme?
The inaugural con.
Yeah, we just started. We only just
If, if,
got.
if, if for the inaugural, I
Yeah.
would have to give thanks to our hosts. If we're hosting it in the Fae realm, then we have to kind of make it themed Fae.
Oh, a fae themed, a fae themed thing. I
Fair.
like that. A fae
Fa-
themed fair thing. Even better. A fae themed Ren fair thing. Bam, got it.
You have to be gracious to your hosts to
Yes,
include them and make them
yes.
excited to have you back.
So we're always starting off with a nice Feywild theme. BloodCon a year ago, 2 years ago, had a Feywild theme. Gorgeous, loads of like beautiful cosplay, really nice theming, good stuff. So yeah, I'm down for that. Then that
It's
sounds good.
accessible. Everyone can wear a flower
Yeah.
wreath on their head. Everyone can pop on the elven ears, as we've seen in the last Lord of the Rings series. Elves come in all melanin flavors,
Oh, of course. I mean, that's not even a question. We're not even getting to that. That's
so it's going to be
that's in our world
wonderful.
obvious.
Oh, and they're hot because we're on a hot show,
That's right. Everyone's again so very hot.
so very very hot. But future years, so the first year is homage to the hosts. Do we let our patrons buy us out 1 year and be like, this is theirs? Or do we hold fast and
Whoa,
like
wait, we're
the last
jumping
shred of our
really. Hang on,
principles?
we jumped so far ahead. What happened? I mean, like again, I think that this con, any good con, really, that is multiple, um, for multiple things. Like as this one will be
Hmm.
for tabletop in general, not just like for Big Daddy Orcs. I don't think so. I think any good con has to stay separate but together. It can't be the Wizards con or the Paizo con. I know there's a Paizo con, but like, and I'm not saying it's not a good con. I'm just saying that a good independent con has to be independent.
I like
That
I
way you
like
can. That way.
I like that value. Okay, so that is
Yeah,
part of the ethos, that is part of the mission statement.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I mean that way again, since we've got this gigantic space, everyone can get a fair shake.
Would we rotate like homages to the planes then?
Or only on one plane.
What would our host say? We're like, okay, next year is going to be Nine Hells theme. Next year is going to be
You know what? Sure. You know why? Because as any good con does, the tourism and the local um god damn my memory, the local cash. Everyone wins at a good con because I've been to cons in the sleepiest areas I've been to. There's nothing much outside the main town or whatever, and these guys love the convention because they know that everyone's going to get paid, everyone's going to have a good time. Everyone's like, there's a restaurant in Pittsburgh that literally only survived because furries just kept pumping money into it. So, was it Pennsylvania? Pennsylvania. So do with that as you will. But I think yeah, definitely 100% supporting supporting them, and I think everyone comes down. Yeah, Avernus.
we have
They open up, they come
the
in.
Shadowfell would be kind of a hard
No, everyone
realm
loves
to
us.
do.
Everyone loves us. We are this neutral ground to every plane. They're all like, hey, look, you know what? Can't stand you guys from Avernus, but God, we all love WarlockCon, right? Let's get in there. Come on, it's a good time. It's a good time, everybody. So there you go. We are
Mhm.
brokering peace between realms. Aida. We're not just con runners. We're we're heroes.
That's what conventions are good conventions tend to do, because you hopefully, if you had a good experience, you come out like feeling connected to your community. You see
Yeah,
that
right.
everyone has left the pettiness at the door and is brought together by communal joy of XYZ.
Yes, yes,
And
absolutely,
that's so
absolutely,
refreshing.
absolutely. That's the power that WarlockCon brings to the world.
Man, I hope the next convention. I don't think the next convention I'm going to is going to be as good as Warlock
Well, I
Con,
mean,
but
WarlockCon exists in a fantasy realm where we have a Fey patron, and wizards have suddenly been taken over by well-meaning orcs. So I don't think so. I wish, but yeah.
that'd be amazing.
Wait,
Oh
did we?
well.
So we had Terry, not Tiamat. We got Barry the
Yeah,
Beholder.
Tiamat's cousin Terry.
Yeah.
Barry
We
the
need
Beholder.
we need two more. Let's
What?
keep this. Let's keep
Okay,
this
well,
close.
it's a mind flayer. Whoa, whoa. What
You
we're
know
naming our
what?
mind flare
What's the name of
mascot?
that buff mind flare from Baldur's Gate?
I don't know. I have not played yet.
Yeah, me
Uh,
neither. I don't know what we're talking about. Like some kind of.
buff
I heard it on
mind.
a friend of mine mentioned something about a buff mind flare. I don't know.
Wow, we're gonna find out right now.
No, we don't really have to do that. Actually, we could talk about other characters.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, internet. I don't have a Baldur's Gate 3.
Mm,
Baldur's Gate costs money, and when you don't have much disposable income, doesn't come yet. So yet.
understandable. So
Yet.
we will leave the mind flare for now, and I
Okay, but we
won't
can still
get.
have a buff mind flare
Okay, I feel
mascot at
like
our
now you're just
convention.
pandering to me at this point. Buff mind flares.
Fine, we can have a twink mind flare at our
That's actually so
convention.
much worse. Actually, that's
Isn't that the default?
what mind flares.
Aren't they kind of twinks?
Are they twinks? Shout out in the chat. Are mind flayers twinks? We need to know.
I think my players look like things.
We need to know, guys. Are
I
mind
mean,
flayers twinks?
they're not real. Most of the typical mind flayers I encounter in Forgotten Realm settings, they don't have. They're not noted for their physicality. They're
Well, I mean, they'll.
long and lithe. They have high cheekbones.
Okay. Well, sure. I have no problem with a Twinkie mind flayer being on our mascot staff. Someone else might, but I don't right now.
Okay, that's 3 mascots. One more
Yeah, we
mascot.
need one more. We need one more.
An owlbear. We need an owlbear.
Oh, absolutely. That is where all of the plushie merch comes from. Are you kidding me? We're gonna make millions. The cutest owlbear we can find. Yeah, cuter than that.
That is pretty cute. Yeah, but I
Okay.
understand. Like baby owl bear, giant like ooh eyes.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mashup of Baby Yoda and Groot as an owl, Baby Groot as an owl bear. Just too cute, super cute, just absolutely raking in those cute bugs. And the twink mind flare bugs. I'm sure that's going to be also a big draw somewhere for someone.
Oh man.
We'll have a bunch of mascots walking around the con handing out stickers and things.
Yes, all the free sticker merch swag you can get.
Absolutely.
I appreciate when there's something like stickers that's kind of usable. I will always wear a shirt. I will
Yeah.
always wear
Shirts, stickers, and mugs are my go-to for things like take backs and stuff because I know I'll use them. Like I buy a lot of art, but if I'm not going to put up on the wall, I might be just like, yeah, it's nice, but I'd rather just buy a commission or something.
I put all the stickers on my laptops, on my PC tower.
Oh yeah, my stickers are all over my desk. But for like buying a piece of actual a print of some art, it can be a tough sell when you don't have anywhere to put it.
I understand. I'm looking at a blank wall to my left, and I'm like, I'm trying to start collection of like a postcard size ones, and I want to get frames. I have like a nice like.
Yeah, we'll have that. We are gonna have so much merch. So you exit through the gift shop. In fact, you exit into a demi plane, which is the gift shop, and then you exit back out again.
I like it.
Yeah.
The entrance and exit are gift shops.
Yeah.
With people, with wizards or any low level spellcaster, casting prestidigitation on entry and exit.
Yeah, again, it's like having to put your hands on the sanitizer thing. It's not weird. Don't worry about it.
Prestidigitation is not touch. I believe it's just
I don't
verbal
think
and
it's touch.
somatic.
No, yeah, it's phonetic. Yeah.
Okay. Do I dare look it up? No, I'm not gonna look it up.
Well, you know what? It's the Twink mind flare that does it for you. Like they go as they go by. So that's all good. You know who's who that way.
It's a mind flare that like is like K-pop level singer dancer.
Oh shit! And we're gonna make even more merch money now. Are you kidding me? A K-pop level mind flare.
You see all the youth like.
Yeah. That whole kiddie section I was talking about. Easy handled.
Oh, no, that's more like for the tweens.
Yeah, I'm thinking more like the tweens. Yeah,
for the tweens.
Yeah.
Oh, for the tweens.
That's for you, tweens. Enjoy that.
And adults also get to enjoy the good natured getting to go like, oh my god, but enjoying the sensation nonetheless.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, one of my best K-pop memories. I have a sister who is like 20 years younger than I am, and a couple of years ago, I took her to Japan, and I had set up a surprise for her.
Mm.
I had worked on it for many weeks in advance. And back in that day, uh, BTS was still together, the K-pop band, and I had
I didn't know they
memorized.
broke up.
Yeah, they did. They had
Oh,
a mandatory military service. Yeah,
wow.
they're that age now. But at the time, that song "Boy in Love" was popular, and I had committed to memory the whole choreography. And in front
Oh,
of my twin sister, in the middle of Harajuku, Tokyo, I
oh,
busted out a Bluetooth speaker on my phone and danced to her horrific shrieks of "Stop!" Like,
yeah.
no,
No,
I'm
I
gonna
can
keep
see it.
going.
I can
I
see it.
loved it.
I I feel for your sister,
It was so much
but I
fun.
respect your moxie.
It was so much fun. So we have our twink warlock doing things like that,
Great. Yeah, yeah,
but
for
they're going to
sure.
look confusingly to us very attractive doing it.
I mean, yeah, it depends on what confuses you, I guess. But yes, for sure, for sure. I'm not going to name this war. We can't stay on this guy too long. We've got to move on from this mind player. We've got to talk
Okay.
about this idea.
Okay. But I think we've covered.
I'm so on board, but I just realized that we've put so much R&D into this mind flayer and not enough into anything else.
Fair, valid. Uh, we've talked about the content at our convention, accessibility,
Hmm.
um, spaces for everyone.
Yep.
Basic
The
courtesy
general vibe.
representations are baseline standards for our Warlock convention.
Hmm.
Um, I'm hoping that not just volunteers, but also compensated individuals will be around. We'll
I
have
mean,
the
I
funds
say
to not
honestly,
just
I
give
think
them a
everyone should
ticket,
be just
but
compensated. I think everyone who would have been a volunteer normally gets compensated. Like your basis level is like free con. Like, hey, look, you want to come here and spend like 4 hours of your day doing this nonsense? Absolutely, you can come in for free. I know it's not fun to stand there and cast prestation all day. It's tiring. Your arms get tired. Wait, it's just semantic, right? So your mouth gets tired, I guess.
unless you're a sorcerer, but then you're spending sorcery points if we're talking D&D. But yeah,
So yeah,
I've seen
you
convention
get free
signups where
con.
they're like, if you work 2 days, you get 1 day free of the weekend ticket. And I'm like, you're
No,
asking
no,
a
no.
16-hour
Everyone who
commitment
puts in
for
their
1 day.
time, everyone puts in time. It's a free con. Like when you're a volunteer at a convention, like it can be like doing retail and not getting paid. It can really
Mm-hmm.
suck. So at the very least, you get to come in for free. I don't care if you're doing 1 day or 3 days. Thank you for your time. Don't worry about it. Plus, we're being paid by you know everyone in the Feywild. So we're good. You can come in. It's fine. I think that if you're doing more high level stuff, production stuff, and so on, then we can work out. Yeah, absolutely
Oh, they're
monetary
salaried
compensation. Yeah,
individuals, and
absolutely,
they're
100%.
unionized in my book, I hope.
We just hire a union, or we just work via. We work with unions. We're like, hey, come on, yeah, you come and do
For
this.
WorldCon,
Yeah, for
absolutely.
WorldCon for sure. Yeah, I think that running cons is hard. Like it sucks and it's hard and
Running
it's
cons is hard.
yeah.
I've been at cons that I've been there for many, many years. I've been at cons that was their very first iteration, and it's hard. And
Yeah,
you can
running
sit
cons is
back
super
and
tough.
say, "Oh my God, this was bad," and this was. I'm like, if I were in that position, I don't know if I could do better.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. In fact, you know what I'd say then as well? I would also say that at that point, at the midpoint of the con or something like that, you get us as the head warlocks and all the other
Mm.
staff come out, and we can have like we get some host on to be like, here's all the guys who work so hard, blah blah blah. So everyone gets to, even the volunteers, everyone gets to come and be like, hey, I do this for you, thanks. People can give it a clap and understand that we're people behind the magical screen, as it were.
Oh, that'd be nice. Like, even if a volunteer is not at that thanking service, all volunteers on their, or all workers rather,
Mm.
get a notification and like, please tap this to see this live video. And we're just panning the camera and showing them the audience clapping for them. Please enjoy at least 30 seconds of this clapping. This is literally for you
No,
live
no,
right
let's
now.
get. They can go on. Do we just pause the con? We pause the con, or we don't. We start the
Fair.
con like an hour later on. We're like, everyone gets to come on before you start working. It's a hey, thanks so much for doing your job. You know,
We are
we
that good.
respect you.
So,
Yeah,
okay.
we're that good, and that's all streamed. We've got fairies carrying cameras streaming the whole shit. So we're good. We're smoking on there. Now, any good con I've been to runs pretty late, so you have events going on all the way through to about 10 o'clock sometimes, because they're like they're usually like 3 4 day cons. Do you dance?
Mm.
Okay, so it's a big rave, big fey rave. I am not a huge dancer, but I love seeing people have fun.
I like the mood. I like when there's like the karaoke corner.
Oh
I
God,
like the rave
yeah.
corner, the
Oh, you know
DDR
what you need as well?
corner.
You need a screening as well to show not just like, because most of the movies are D&D movies, but just like a bunch of stuff that like feels like it could be a game. Because
Yeah.
I remember telling a friend of mine about Starfinder, and they're like, I'm not sure. I'm like, did you watch Guardians of the Galaxy? Oh yeah, I love it. That's Starfinder. That's literally it. There you go. Magic. You got space shit. You got sci-fi. That's somebody homebrewing a Starfinder game, and he was immediately like, oh, okay, I'm in. So I think a big screen. The screen's outside. It's a nice big outdoor screen with like these nice reclines you can sit in, showing just like not just like your D&D movie. And what's it called again? What's the movie called again? On Among Thieves. On Among Thieves.
Oh yeah, Honor Among Thieves is
Not
the
just that kind of stuff,
movie.
but like any movie that evokes the feeling of that camaraderie, of that adventure, of that fun, of a good campaign or a good session rather. Some, even better. After the movies, you can say like, "Hey guys, if you like this, you might like these games."
Sign up now. And
Yeah,
for those that don't,
check your phone.
for those that can't do the movie or the dancing, or you know what, spoons or the social battery runs out, there's
Yeah,
going to be regular shuttles running, especially at the very end of the con, to the nearest transportation hub or to the nearest portals or what say you to your other home
you can.
realms.
Yeah, we can banish you home if you want. Like if you're not feeling up to it anymore, like no worries, banishment, and you're back on your home plane.
But we will always have responsible shuttles, and we will also always alert you about when transportation is
Oh yeah, that
available
that
for
shit's
you.
all on the app. All on the app.
I've been to I've heard about concerts, especially here in the Netherlands, where the trains stop running just right after midnight.
Oof.
I think Madonna was very famously late to the point where the concert wouldn't have finished until after the train stopped running. So like a third of her audience left.
That
So like
sucks. Oh
you
my
can't get
god.
home.
Oh my days. That's rubbish. Yeah, we're definitely like I don't. We can assume that where we are has a decent, like London, for example, has a great, well, despite everything else, a pretty good public transport system. Yeah, so you can get around pretty easy most places. So we can assume that wherever we are, will have that for us. We can't necessarily control that. We can offer the shuttles to and from the stations and so on.
Yep,
I think that's completely fair.
I think that's really fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate when conventions also like offer those shuttles. The one I'm going to later this spring is like really small, middle of nowhere, but they're working on getting shuttles. I'm lucky I get a ride here and there, but it's like, oof,
It can be rough. Yeah.
it can be rough.
Okay, so here's the average Congo experience. Let's give this person a name. We'll call them Jif. Jif.
Not GIF.
They have a cousin called Gif, so it's awkward. But Jif and Gif both go actually. Jif and Gif go. They're getting back together as friends and cousins after a long time. Their families were at each other's throats for a while. It was a very long and sordid story, and they are coming to the con.
If anyone listening, watching, this is actually a reference to existing, D&D still calls them races of humanoids who are actually divided over generations of conflict over whether they are called GIF or GIF pronunciation. This exists. It's in Planescape. It's
All right,
real.
That- is it?
Yes.
Oh my god! I should play Planescape. That sounds hilarious.
Hmm.
But this is before. In fact, this is the inciting incident. Jif
Okay.
and Gif go to a convention. They come in. First thing they get, of course, is a little baggie with some free stickers and dice. Twink mind flayers there, hands them out. They get the presentation. They get a free T-shirt, and then they're into the con. In my mind, it's a bit. Maybe I'm getting too much into this Feywild side of things. I'm like, it's a bit like walking into like a set because it's all like set up like stuff. But there's different areas, Disneyland style. So you've got the sci-fi games area, and you've got the fantasy games area. You've got the modern like modern horror type area, maybe like a spooky area for like Cortland and stuff like that. And then around that, you've got this big Ren Fair vibe. Now, I'm not sure if really, huh?
GIF and GIF.
Yeah,
The,
GIF
the,
and
the,
the GIFs are I. Yes.
no, they're literally called GIF or GIF,
Wait,
not
are
the
we talking about?
Gitzerai.
We're not talking about the GIFs are I. We're talking about like actual.
There's a hippo folk race in D&D, and their race is and their people are divided between the faction who calls themselves GIF or GIF.
So, okay, I feel like I've made a mistake with the GIF and GIF thing, and now it's too late to dial back. But we're here now, so let's keep going with it.
But
So
you were mentioning you were last on the Renaissance.
the Renaissance Fair type vibe,
Yep,
yes,
yep, yep. Okay.
yeah. But I love the idea of it being like different areas as well. Like it doesn't have to be fancy. You can walk from the fantasy world through the Shadowrun world into the fancy. Sorry, into the sci-fi world if you want, and that feels like a transition.
I like it
Yeah,
with
but again, like
proper
we have apparently we
effects.
have a lot of money for this, so we're good.
We're good. It's a profit. It's a it's a it's a business, and we do run. We make the money and we reinvest it, but we're not profit driven.
Sure. Oh, you know what? That's actually a good point. We should choose a charity. We have to give to a charity.
Or charity incentive company. What's it called? CIC in the UK.
I don't know.
Proceeds go to charity. Many
All proceeds. We've
various
got to pay people.
charities.
Yeah, we have a bunch of charities who, again, they get to come down as well. They come down. They uh, say their piece. They have their stands and their shows and such. I think one of the main things about tabletop is that shirking the idea of it being so insular is important for people. I find the more that's why I like to play more um, humorous characters and games because everyone can enjoy a laugh. Like, sure, later on you might be like, no, I want something more serious. But to get into something,
Yep.
having a good laugh about it is the best way. Again, to use Guardians of the Galaxy and all those kind of movies there, they got people to like superhero stuff by, for better or worse, making it funnier.
We don't need like the super edge lords everywhere right
Yeah,
off the
yeah.
bat.
You can get to that later. Like you can go from your like Guardians of the Galaxy all the way down to your blade. But I think people will come in mostly due to things being like fun and funnier. I think
Valid.
so. Yeah, that's the way. That's why I like it anyway. But I feel like yeah, we got our con, we got Warlock Con. We're doing good for the world. We're helping people to get to understand each other more and so on. We're putting it out on the internet so everyone can see it. We're giving back to the Feywild because we're there.
We have made the perfect TTRPG con. We
Yeah,
will I will personally be measuring every con I go to from here on
yeah.
and compare it to this that is impossible to meet by any standard.
You know what I will say as well. Actually, the one thing I will say is that I want to invite like the how can I put it? I want to invite the that guys. I want them to come
Ooh.
because oh, let me finish. Let me finish.
Yeah.
I want them to come because I want them to see there's a better way. I want to come down and because the thing is, people can be bitter about all kinds of stuff, right? And you can be like, I want to do this because it's dumb. And I think it's stupid. And you can be introduced and go, oh, that's actually not as bad. Maybe it's still not for you, but you now understand it better. And that's I think a good way to do it. I don't want to make it as a con where like you can't come if you're XYZ based. But I think if you are that way based, there's a space for you. But we're going to make you go through the same um betterment in your own time. You'll have to go through it. There'll be like spaces where you might feel like, oh, I'm a little bit uncomfortable because like people are quote unquote too diverse in this area or something like that.
Boo,
I
boo.
know, I know, I know, but you
I'm booing
don't
them. I'm booing them.
you don't yeah, I understand, but you don't teach anybody to be better um by keeping them excluded. That said, you fuck up, you mess up, banishment. It's like, hey, look, you got to give you your chances, right? I think everyone should be able to have that.
You know what? That's fair because my original idea, if we're going on that direction, we like then they must have. I know silence does not move. Silence has to
we'll,
be on
we'll
a fixed
cast silence
point.
on you, yeah.
But if they're told like, if you fuck up, you're gonna just be banished outright,
Hmm.
then they would have the opportunity to ask good faith questions and not just be like the edge lords
Oh,
and
sure. Let's give him a one chance deal or something
one
like that.
strike.
Yeah, one strike.
One strike and you get disintegrated then and or banished.
Yeah, what?
I mean,
One strike, power word kill. Oh well, shit. Okay. You slap him first, the HP goes down, then use power word kill. Okay, I see your mind working.
part of me just wants to, in the fantasy world, smack around the not nice people. And in the real world, I appreciate the effort, especially if we are those high level powered warlocks.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think at some point, I am very grateful for the real life level 20 people that have the capacity
Oh, I like that.
to
Real life
be
level 20. That's
kind,
a nice
to,
phrase.
to be kind and have the energy to teach, because I recognize it's not the responsibility of people who are on the receiving end to do the teaching. So
Mm.
I double respect to those that have the time to do so.
They also
So,
get paid. They are definitely getting paid.
so if you are a IRL level 20 something,
Mm.
I pray they have the means to do that. And
Yeah,
someone who is taking that leadership role, I hope is actively then making that world a better place. And everyone else's job is to appreciate that
mm.
and enjoy it to the fullest. And our community, our the games, the products, then just get shinier and better, and we're all part of a happy thing.
Yeah. I think that's good about it. I've met people who were self-professed grognards, you know, and they've learned. They've come around and learned. One of my favorite GMs currently was like that, and he learned some harsh lessons, but came back as a better person. I'm not saying that's going to work for everybody. I don't want to be the kind of person who's like everyone gets. I don't turn the cheek. I don't turn the other cheek that much. But I do appreciate some people just need like a firm hand to guide them away from silly nonsense.
If only you had access to silence and or power world kill.
Yeah.
But
Also, I am a warlock, so I can actually cast these. I've got a whole army of wizards that work for me, and we don't mess around in our convention.
you're welcome.
Yeah,
See you there soon, TM.
yeah. It's soon TM. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for the rift in the sky to get you to Warlock Con.
If only that'd be lovely.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right.
this was uh, this was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And if
This
you
was
guys have any suggestions for WarlockCon in the comments once this is probably from YouTube and whatnot, then please put it in there. If you want to suggest them for WarlockCon 2025, it's happening tomorrow. Actually, we already made it
it
happen.
happened yesterday,
We just finished. We just got back from
and
WarlockCon, guys.
time travelers are the only ones
What
invited for the first iteration.
did you say? Trine travelers?
I said I think I tried to say time travelers, doing the Stephen Hawking thing.
Excellent, excellent. I
So
love that. But
they
yes,
would have
yes,
known.
yes. If you're watching this now and you're a time traveler, see you yesterday.
That may have worked. But you will see some of us tomorrow. Look at me segueing.
Look at that. Look at
So
bravo.
before we go, I'm going to give a quick overview of the upcoming schedule at Hoard of Tales. Thank you so much for watching. If you've been with us this far, or listening to us two warlocks. Pan and I are officially warlocks. I like it.
Yes, yes. Pack to the
To
convention.
I want to see I want to see a.
Somebody make us a character sheet.
I was about to say, now that you said it out loud, Mark is just like immediately whoop, fresh Google Doc.
Yeah.
As for Hoard of Tales streaming schedule, tomorrow you can catch Krifu and myself guesting at Chaotic Wholesome Presents at the Table Talk Show. And we're going to just talk about Hoard of Tales, what we have planned, our mission statement, which is generally TLDR. We're here in Europe. We are trying to sort of change the face of what it means to be TTRPG streamers and content creators in Europe. Um, and have an amazing time doing that. So catch us tomorrow at Chaotic Wholesome Presents at 10:30 GMT. I wish it would have been earlier, but they didn't. Time zones are hard.
Yeah,
Time
times
zones
are
are hard.
tough. Kate and
On
Dave great to work with her.
We'll
Really
send them your
fun.
regards.
Yeah. Really fun. Check out. So do check them out. And check out our guys as well. You're gonna be repping the home team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to also have Krifu playing a Pathfinder solo play level 2 adventure called Blood of Blackstone on the 28th Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. GMT. So look forward to that. Next week, Wednesday, we're going to return with our Creator Talk series where fellow organizer Marcus just makes excuses to find TTRPG authors, creators, publishers, designers, and pick their brain about the creative process. Fey Earth, in particular, is launching a Kickstarter for their latest game and setting. So find out all about that with Marcus and Neil from Fey Earth Wednesday, March 6th, next week at 8 CET, 7 GMT. And starting from March 8th, International Women's Day will be the rest of the month long Women in Gaming event, which more information will come soon. I promise. We are there.
The guys are working their butts off on this. You're gonna in for a treat. Behind
You
the
are
scenes,
so in for a
so
treat.
much butt working. Don't worry about it.
You are. It is going to be amazing. I'm saying that with full confidence and no ooh woo about this. It is going
Mm.
to be amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be great.
100%.
Where can people find you on the internets when you're not with your patrons, Pan?
When I'm not when I'm not being summoned to answer my patrons about why we spent so much over budget, you can find me on Twitter, Blue Sky. I think I'm supposed to be doing a TikTok soon. I don't know.
Ooh.
It's TikTok's a whole thing. Instagram, all is Stellar Encore. That's STELLARENCORE. You can find me there. You can find me on Twitch as well. Actually, I will be going back to doing video games. I'm supposed to be starting my fourth Baldur's Gate run on there soon. Um,
Ooh.
I may even try and find a mod to make a mind flare. So who knows? Who knows? Just for you guys. Just for you
A
guys.
twink one, please.
Didn't say that. Didn't say that. Just said mind flare. You said twink. If it happens, it's your fault.
My one brain cell is just like
Yeah.
bouncing around in happiness.
If it happens, do we even name them?
I'll leave that to you in your Baldur's Gate.
Great, awesome. Come see my channel to find out eventually.
Now I'll have to be there.
Twink mind flare.
As for me, you can find me at In the Pan on Twitter. We're not really active there. Blue Sky, more active on Blue Sky there. Find me all over Hoard of Tales. I think it were I could or couldn't announce this. So I'm just going to say it on March 1st. So end of this week. And for European time, it's actually going to be Saturday. I'm going to be playing Fiasco on the Roll20 channel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, with
Rad.
Jen Vaughn.
Yeah, you got like a link for like no, you got some socials for that, right? That I can put out there.
I'm hoping it's going to come out soon because like it's been in the right. It So it will be information will be out on the socials when I have.
Excellent. Keep an eye on the socials for that.
We'll catch the VOD because it's kind of oof for the Europeans, but I was like, I'll be there. Yes. I'm looking forward.
Excellent.
And that was our time, Pan. Thank you so much for
A pleasure
having
as
that with
ever.
me.
Yeah, a pleasure. Always good times. Always good times chatting to you, chatting to the
Yeah.
audience, and this convention went so off the rails. It was so fun to do. And hey, you know what? In the future, who knows? Who knows?
Sure. Right. Expectations.
Who knows? I'm sending you a list of things we need to get for this convention that I've had. Actually, and we're gonna. I think 2025 is a good year for it. We can really get it done.
A patron, frankly.
Yeah.
All right. I was hoping we could read RP Geeks D&D. They are playing
Nice.
Masks, and they are playing with friends like Nathan and Livia Kennedy and
Friends of the channel.
Shamini and Emily and Zach. So let's go over there and be good neighbors.
Let's go say hi.
Let's do the doobly doo. Let me do my my spell. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Awesome. All right. So thank you everyone for joining us. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you at Hoard of Tales. Bye.